the prowl for trouble. Stop it.
She's always on the prowl for trouble. That's just how she works.
It's like she chooses when I'm about to like go into a meeting or record the podcast or like.
Ain't that just the way? Yeah, Oliver is once again napping like a good boy, so I'm hoping it stays that way.
Luna, oh, you can't see her now. Oh, you can. She's that dark spot between my guitar case and the she.
Oh, there you go.
Now she's behind the amps back there.
Cute.
Trouble.
And we love her for it. I did the math, and by the time this is going to be released on Twin Peaks Day,
Fourth. Oh.
February 24th.
I keep looking back and forth on the
The
date to
day
my
that
calendar.
Dale Cooper arrives in Twin Peaks.
How exciting. Is that why you're using that mug?
That's why I'm using this mug and why
Oh,
I'm wearing
didn't
my
even see it.
doppelganger shirt.
Did not even see
But
that.
also, I just love this fucking shirt.
Well, yeah. Probably if I had seen it, I wouldn't have even thought about it.
How's your day?
Very busy. Lots going on. Lots
I
to
kind
deal
of
with.
had the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, I've been sandblasting a lot of stuff at work. Nope, just remembered I'm not done. That's going to continue tomorrow. But that has been the brunt of what I've been doing lately because we had to take these essentially antique, like power grids out of they call them the cabinets. There are these four big metal, like, cubes, essentially, that go over all the, like, old ass machinery that operates the locks, so, like the motor and everything. We had to One of the things we started doing at the beginning of the winter was like, oh, we're gonna take two of the grids out of the cabinets up at Lock 5, take them apart, clean everything, refurbish it, put it back together. We realized after doing that the heat resistant paint that you are supposed to put on the grids, you're not supposed to put primer on there. So
Ah.
we had to go back up to Lock 5, take them back out, take them both back apart, sandblast them again to get all the paint off,
And then repaint them.
and then repaint them and rebuild both grids. So we are doing that, which is fine because I don't. Again, I like having my menial task to do with my hands while I listen to music or listen to podcasts or whatever. But also today was shocker. There's a bunch of dads and grandpas that work at the canal, and one of the guys on the maintenance crew was retiring. Today was his last day, so I got a free lunch.
That's nice.
So all in all, pretty solid day for me.
Good. Lovely. Yeah, I can give you some of my work to do. It's a very, very long list. Just very, very,
I
very,
mean, at this
very.
point, I probably could because I was a TA for 3 semesters.
You could take some of my TA's work. They
Yeah,
have a
there
lot.
we go. I mean, I probably, yeah.
Actually, I don't even know if the microphone picked up that sound. One of them just messaged me
Rip.
because we have a Google Space set up with that ongoing chat, so they just
Fun.
messaged me. So
But yeah, we're starting off today with something that's not so fun. I don't know why I chose this question, but I thought it would be something to talk about. In your opinion, what's the saddest line in a movie?
I didn't open the link. I want. What's the link?
Oh, it's just that I'm crediting
Reddit page.
the Reddit post that
Oh.
I am stealing this question from.
Yeah, I feel like that's a hard one.
I actually have one. Ooh, and I forgot to silence my watch like an idiot. I actually have one that I don't think a lot of people. Or I don't know. I don't really see it pop up a lot. And people are like, oh yeah, that's such a hard hitting line in a movie. But for whatever reason, it really gets me. You've seen Jojo Rabbit, correct?
Yeah.
I love that movie so much. But during that scene when Jojo and Elsa are, when she's feeding him all these bullshit stereotypes that he already thinks, she's like, oh yeah, Jewish people, we love shiny things and all that stuff. But then he's just he's like doodling in his little book, and he just goes, "Oh, but you love ugly things too, right? I learned that in school." And it just absolutely guts me because he's a little kid who's so excited to who's like excited to share what he learned, but what he's learned is just like horrendous propaganda that he's being fed. It and like the way that it cuts back to Elsa's face, just like shit, man. That one absolutely like is fucking gutting. And like it almost like compared to a lot of other things in that movie, it almost feels kind of throwaway.
Yeah.
I don't know why it hits me the way that it does, but there you have it.
I mean, yeah, that entire part is just a little heart-wrenching.
Hmm.
You know, because he's just a kid and he doesn't really understand things, and it's
Yeah.
like I feel like a lot of people have had that experience too, where there was something that they never didn't actually get, but they didn't realize that they didn't get it until something happened. They're like, "Oh, now I feel like an idiot or shitty," depending on the situation. So I feel like there's a bit of like seeing yourself in that.
Yeah, possible.
Not
And I
not
can
with
think of
like
something
not
from a stage play that the first time I saw this, I have seen two productions of To Kill a Mockingbird, the most recent script revitalization that I believe is still playing on Broadway. And it's absolutely
Mhm.
excellent. If you have any chance to go see it, touring local production, it's fantastic. But I went to a production in Buffalo with my sister
Mhm.
because she was
Mhm.
taking a theater class and it was extra credit.
Mhm.
Um, and there's a point in there where Scout and Jem and everybody are like, they're being kept in the like upper floor of the courthouse while the trial's going on, and they wind up talking to somebody who like has the reputation of being like, oh, the town drunk or whatever. But it turns out he just has like Coca-Cola in a brown paper bag, so people will leave him alone. But one of the lines is that just like you could literally hear everyone in the theater just go, oh, like when this was said because it was just so like ouch. It was when he was talking about how his son died, and he shows Scout a picture, and she's like, I've never seen a person with hair like that before, and she goes when did he die or something like that, and she's like, and he goes, well, Miss Scout, he was mixed. None of the hospitals here would take him. I wanted to fall on the floor. You
Yeah.
could literally just hear everyone go like, oh, like that is what I like. Not to be all like storytelling is magical, but it really fucking is because that's the shit I fucking live for. When you like audibly hear one single line like take the wind out of every single person in the room. God damn,
Mhm.
that's good writing. So yeah, those are two lines, one from a movie, one from a play, that made me want to lie on the floor and pass away.
You see that?
A nice light topic to begin the podcast. But I've
Yeah,
dug this hole, so
yeah, I'm not good at coming up with things on the spot, and I forgot to think about this in advance.
it happens.
I was just scrolling through the Reddit thread and just, oh my God. I came across two that like were personally very traumatic for me. But I don't know if you've actually seen either of them.
You also don't have to share your personal trauma on our Let's Talk About Funny Things
The
podcast.
the movie SLC Punk, which I was obsessed with in high school.
Is that the one?
Matthew Lillard.
There it is. Yes, continue.
Yeah, I have it on VHS and I watched it
Sick.
so many times. Yeah, and there's a part of it where like one of the main characters dies and it's just uh like it's one of the classic Matthew Lillard yelling and lots of spittle scenes.
I
And so
respect whenever people do shit on screen that's like kind of gross, like in an emotional sense, because like I've been there where you like literally just have like snot on your face and like you're disgusting
Mhm.
because you're
Mhm.
like shit's getting real. I respect anyone who is willing to debase themselves like that on camera to accurately portray emotions like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so the movie's big on like, the punk scene and being like a real punk and stuff like that. So when his friend finds his friend dead, he says, "Only posers die, you fucking idiot. Now what am I supposed to do for a friend?" And
God
it's
damn
just
it. Okay.
and I can still hear it. And I just but I think the other one is one that I would have thought about if I had put some time into it because it just that was one that stuck with me as a kid from My Girl.
That movie was a traumatizing experience for me as a young child. I hardly even remember watching it. I just remember having a fucking breakdown over it.
When she goes to his funeral, after
Yep,
he died from
needs
getting
his
stung by the
glasses.
bee. Yep, wears glasses. He can't see without his glasses.
What if I
Like
died?
that,
What then?
that is, oh man, messed me up. I like that one of the comments on this says they said sad, not traumatizing an entire generation.
No,
'Cause,
I'm in
yeah.
the process of beta reading a very angsty fan fiction that a friend of mine is writing, like as they're writing chapters, and every time they put some line in the Google Doc that just like gut punches me, I always highlight it and comment and just be like, "What if this killed me? What then?"
Yeah. Where would you be then?
I'm such a pain in the ass. Oh, actually, similar vein. I'm gonna paraphrase a tweet that I'm stealing from Ghost Twitter. If I can find who tweeted it initially. I remember their display name was Soto at one point. I'll see if I can
Okay.
find it again because I like to give credit where credit is due. But I'm gonna paraphrase a little. What's a song lyric that made you worse?
Worse in what respect?
Here's the thing. I know
Mhm.
what I mean, but I don't know if I can articulate it, which really does not help us whatsoever.
So one of my two tied favorite bands, Los Campesinos, they have so many lyrics that just absolutely destroy me.
Yeah,
And
that's
there's,
what I'm gonna say for made you worse.
yeah, I mean, because like there's two in the same song that always get me.
Oh,
One of them is,
beautiful.
yeah,
Fantastic.
that we kid ourselves, there's future in the fucking, but there is no fucking future. Which just, and it's shouted by the whole band. And so it just gets
Oh
very,
boy.
but the other one, uh, do you have, I'll take a minute.
Yeah, okay. Mine are actually. See, here's the thing. Some of the ones that I really think about as having like made me worse are
Mhm.
are pretty recent, so it feels kind of weird to be like, oh, I have this really deep emotional response to these, but like I do. One
Mhm.
song, From the Pinnacle to the Pit, off of Meliora, the line "You
Mhm.
will wear your independence like a crown."
Mhm.
Ugh.
Mhm.
And two, uh, oh my god, what's it? It's on the Sleep Token album. Oh, is it Sundowning or This Place Will Be Your Tomb? Hold on, I want to get this right because I am really entering my Sleep Token stan era. Cannot recommend them enough. They only have two albums out. They're fantastic. Yes, it is from the Sleep Token song The Love You Want, and the line is like, I'm still full of the love you want. I'm just like, oh man. Ow.
Yeah. Man, I feel like I would have a much easier time thinking of ones from like songs than movies.
We've
Just
had
like,
this discussion before, and it's not that either of us are like, oh yeah, I like prefer music as an art form to film
yeah.
or TV or anything else. Whatever reason, shit just sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, the line, I'm gonna do it. I've told myself the only way to vaguely get along in love is by loving the other slightly less in return. I keep feeling like I'm being undercut.
God, god damn.
Because like that was something I always thought like if you like the other person slightly less, then it hurts less, you know, if they dump you. And like he actually put that into words,
Yeah.
especially the part of like I keep feeling like I'm being undercut. Like means
Ouch.
they love me less than I love them. It's like a competition to see who can love the
Jesus. There's some
yeah,
from musicals in particular where it's not necessarily like the lyric that hits all that hard, like just by itself. But like from the musical The Band's Visit, which is also an excellent, excellent film, um, the final song is called Answer Me, and like it's kind of just like the culmination of like everything everyone has been waiting for this entire musical. It's one of those films and musicals where like nothing happens but everything happens.
Hmm.
But just one of the lines in it is just "Are you there?" But they just put so much fucking feeling into it, man.
Hmm. More tone.
And just like, ugh, I saw that live and I cried. So good. God, I love that. That's another thing. If you have the opportunity to go see that in any way, shape, or form, go see The Band's Visit, and also just watch the movie. It's excellent. But another one from a musical that also technically probably counts as being from a book is from Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812. And I'm pretty sure that this section of the song I'm talking about, it's the second to last song, which is just called Pierre and Natasha, which is an absolutely stunning song because it's just like a piano drone with like almost free verse poetry spoken over it, and like there is physically no way, it blows me away because there's like no way you could ever convey the same emotion if you confined yourself to like a chorus verse type structure. Like no way this could have been achieved any way else. It like knocks my socks off every single time. But there's a point where everything cuts out, everyone stops singing, and I believe this line is paraphrased or like taken directly from Tolstoy, and it's "If I were not myself, but the brightest, handsomest, best man on earth, and if I were free, then I would get down on my knees this minute and ask you for your hand." And he's saying this to, um, this is gonna make no sense to anyone who is unfamiliar with War and Peace or Great Comet, but I'm saying it anyway. But he's saying this to Natasha, who is like in the aftermath of like having been, she broke up with her fiance because this hot young fuckboy essentially was like, "Oh my god, I'm in love with you, we're gonna run away together." And then when that doesn't work out, she tries to kill herself, and it doesn't work. But he's saying this to her in the aftermath of all this. I'm just like, oh my god. I love Great Comet so much. I have already talked on this podcast before about the way that that musical had a just such clear cause to effect. If I had not found this when I did, my life would be incredibly different. That show means fucking everything to me. And that is probably the best song in the entire musical. Pierre and Natasha into Great Comet of 1812, the last two songs. Absolute perfection. If I never get to see a production of that musical, my life has been a failure. And I don't know. It's not a huge moneymaker, is the problem.
Hmm.
Which is why I hate capitalism. Anyway,
It's a long title. It needs something snappier.
people just call it Great Comet.
I know, but if they see the full title, I feel like that really does make a difference because a lot of like, like Wicked, for example,
You're
Beetlejuice.
not wrong.
In my opinion, the most emotionally devastating song ever written is "No Lies, Just Love" by Bright Eyes because he's like
I
the king of
haven't
emo.
heard that, but I will keep that in. Oh, you know it's an absolute recently discovered absolutely fucking devastating song? Bloodsport by Sleep Token.
Mm.
Oh my god. And the fact that the lead singer, like, they're completely anonymous, he just goes by Vessel. The fact that
Mhm.
Vessel leaves himself, like, the actual sounds of himself crying when he's done singing this in the, like, final audio, devastating. So yeah, if you ever really want to be really in your feelings, listen to Bloodsport by Sleep Token.
But the Bright Eyes song, like it kind of basically tells a story about how he was contemplating suicide. And like he was like planning and getting ready to say his goodbyes and everything. And then he's like talking to his brother like very clearly. Um he said, "Now of course it's your decision, but just so you know, if you decide to leave, soon I will follow.
What if I set myself on fire?
And
What then?
every single time, and it's the way he sings it too, like how he just sort of like trails off and lilts like he's starting to cry, and that song destroys me. But then his brother's having his first child, and so he decides he's got to like clean up his act, and so by the time the baby arrives,
Oh my
when he
god.
says, "When your new eyes meet mine, they won't see no lies, just love."
What if I walked into the ocean?
I'm telling you, if you want emotional devastation, listen to that song because it's
I
not
will
even
do
like a
that
made up
tonight,
phrase.
face down on this very carpet.
Oh my God, that's a song that always just, yeah.
But you have to do the same thing with Bloodsport.
Yeah, we should really just have a Bright Eyes listening party and just get real sad.
Why would we do that to each other?
Oh, but I have multiple albums on vinyl.
Stop.
I do that all the time. I'm like, oh, it's been a while since I listened to this particular Bright Eyes album. Let me just sit down and wallow.
You know, sometimes that is what you need. And also,
Yeah.
here's just the thing that's going to make me sound incredibly, incredibly basic. I will never not be in my feelings about Mariana Cross. I don't care how much of a, like, the Ghost song that popped off on TikTok and wound up getting me into
Oh,
Ghost.
I was trying to figure out why it was basic. I didn't know it was on TikTok.
Yeah, no. I don't care how many people are like, oh, you're like a fake fan or whatever, like, you just got here, blah, blah, blah. The line, your beauty never ever scared me, I need that entire song injected directly into my veins. The lyrics are fantastic. There's this little, like, cymbal, like, beat thing in the chorus that just scratches an itch in my brain. It's so it's so good. Again, I people can come after me and be like, "Oh, that's like, super basic, blah blah blah." I don't care. Open yourself up to that song. Feel it. God, it's so good. Anyway, and now I did this on purpose since we had for the podcast technically a pretty heavy conversation. Now we have meme review cat edition. I figured we deserve that after talking about um, moments in media that make us sad.
Ah, emotionally devastating content.
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea. So we have each shared a bunch of cat memes in the podcast drive. Would you like to start or shall I?
Either way,
Alright,
I have no
well, let me
preference.
I should have pulled this up earlier, but that's on me.
Yeah, I got the folder open. I was
Um,
trying to narrow mine down before we started, but
I mean, I have like 15.
you have 16. I counted them because I
Oh,
can't
oh,
see the thumbnails are like this big, so I couldn't see what they
did
were.
that on purpose. I mean, if you have yours on hand, please pop them in the chat. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, I got 19.
Okay,
I tried
perfect.
to put them down.
Not like either of us have anywhere to be.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the podcast folder.
Oh yeah, that's smart. But yeah, but do I want them on screen? Is the thing.
Can't you do that by opening them from the podcast folder?
I can. I'm just trying to think of the most eloquent way to do this.
Mm. Yeah, basically my strategy was like every time I see a meme that I like, I save it, and I often then just unload them
Yeah, so instead of
and
doing
window.
that,
And so I just went through and tried to find every cat meme that I'd saved that I hadn't sent you yet.
you know what? Do you want to put them in the podcast chat? Because then I can pull them up on the side of our screen and have them in.
How exactly do I go about that?
I think you can just copy. Like if you click
Like
copy, like
copy
you
and
can just
paste the
copy and
image?
paste it.
Okay.
I don't think the Discord text chat will try and stop you.
It's not letting me. Hold on. Yeah, I suppose we should have sorted this out in advance.
I mean,
Let's see what happens.
that's on us, but frankly, if you're here after 115 episodes expecting just, smooth
Hmm.
sailing, utterly frictionless episode flow, that's on you. Like, to be completely honest.
So, oh, is there a button here? Sure. Is this like a? Hmm. It's letting me copy the link to the Google
Here,
Drive
you know what? Hold on.
um image, but I can't just copy and paste the actual meme.
Oh, I like that bullshit.
Yeah, because when you right click to like save it or whatever, like all it says is add a comment.
That's annoying as hell.
Yeah, and when I click copy on it when I'm not like on the picture, it just gives me the link.
Well,
And they're all from my phone, so I can't. Although, it would be hard to find them on my phone right now.
okay, well then, you know what? We're just
I had to
gonna
curate.
scooch this window over onto my screen, and I
I
don't
mean,
really
I don't
care if
know.
it's not that professional.
Oh, I mean, you can. How's that?
Ooh.
Oh no, but that worked. The link to it does work.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, yeah, so send the link, and then I can just click it, and it is visible for the audience. Wonderful.
Got it.
First one. Accurate. Yeah. 10 out of 10. Oliver doesn't really do that much, though.
Weird.
He's a strange little boy, but we
Oh,
love him
hold on.
regardless.
Hold on. I
Is that the
swear I
same?
copied a new link.
No, it's okay.
I did! I clicked get link and then copy link. Link copied.
There it
Okay,
is.
there it went. Bringing together cats with one of my favorite fandoms.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, you know what? It's the preview. It will only show me the little preview where it's like cutting off the image. So screw this. I'm just moving the window
Oh,
on
yeah.
onto my desktop.
Oh, I tried.
We try, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's just a weird snippet of it for that one.
No,
The other one
don't
worked
do
because it
that.
wasn't.
Oh my
No.
god. We really are just struggling tonight, which, like, is that all that different? No.
Why won't it just let me copy the pictures? Why?
He's biting me. He likes you. Literally. Every day when I get home, he attacks my ankles. Like the little shithead that he is.
That's, that's why I like that. It's like, do you even like him? I would die for him.
Yeah.
He's a new little butthead with one brain cell.
Yep.
That that is from Star Trek: The Next Generation. That is Spock's cat, Spot. Oh, not Spock. Wow, because I was saying
Data.
Spot. Yes, Data's cat, Spot.
I love it.
And yes, he wrote a whole ode to Spot, which is one of my favorite things about.
That's so cute. I almost choked on my tea.
It's adorable. You should read it.
Excuse me. We're good. That was attractive. Moving right along. He's a cat? Um, Text here for audio listeners, even though I will be linking all of these, so you can view them yourself if you would like to. But text is, my mom just bought our cat a Christmas stocking, even though we're Muslims and don't even celebrate Christmas. She was like, we don't know what religion he is. We can't force him to be Muslim. He's a cat? Which, like, that's just so wholesome.
It's nice, yeah. It's like, oh yeah, just give him all the various religious paraphernalia and let him make his own choice.
I love the TikTok where, um, somebody's like shaking out like their prayer mat, and before it even touches the ground, the cat's sitting on it like, this is mine.
Yeah, that's very cat.
Like, if they see a square, they will be in it.
Oh, the next one I thought about taking off because it's not like funny necessarily. It's just cute, but
Oh, yeah, no, why would you? That's wonderful. Look
the
at those,
voice.
and also just the murderiness of those eyes. They've almost disappeared.
That's my favorite thing about having a void is like when her pupils get so big, it's like she has no, it's just black, you know, you can't actually see anything around it.
Oh my god, I love it.
And it's like the cutest thing. I love a
Precious.
void.
Next. Oh my god. He was doing that to me literally earlier today when I was sitting in my chair cuz it's weirdly warm here today and my
Hmm.
apartment is decently warm. I'm wearing shorts. Um but he's standing on my bare leg with those fucking pile driver paws. I'm like, "Oh my god. Like he's like 7 pounds."
Yeah,
How?
it, it defies physics.
No, you know what's even worse than when they're like standing like on your chest or whatever is when
Mhm.
they just on the right directly on the boob,
Yep.
just like slowly, agonizingly,
Yeah.
like they
I'm
like
like,
will like step a little bit and you're like, please don't
yep.
do this to me, and then they just slowly increase the pressure
It's like, please, literally stand anywhere else.
anywhere else on my body. But no,
Yeah, it's
it has to
really,
be right there.
yeah. I feel like we should be describing them, but the heaviest objects in the universe from our sun to neutron stars to black holes, and then each of my cat's individual paws on my stomach.
Yep. Oh my god, and I don't know what the deal with him is. He is an expert at just stepping directly on my throat while I'm sleeping. I'm like, why? But I can't kick him out because, I mean, like, I kick him out on weeknights, but on weekends, I can't kick him out because then in the morning, I don't wake up with him curled up under my chin, under the blankets with me. Like, he burrows under there while I'm sleeping, and, like, I can't, I can't say no to that, you know?
Yeah, you gotta have that a couple days a week.
Yeah, I need it. Anyway, moving
Oh
on.
yeah, this
You
next
are
one
in
I
charge
say.
of. I say moving on as in asking you. You are in charge. These are your memes.
Well, the next one I saved specifically for you, so
Yeah, yeah. Although lately he's been getting locked out of the bathroom while I shower because he's discovered that the trash is fun to eat.
yeah.
So,
I feel like there's at least one or two more memes that are related to going to the bathroom.
I mean, they do be following you everywhere.
Yeah,
He most
going to the
certainly
bathroom.
does that. And like, I live alone and I didn't have a cat for a little while. So sometimes I still am just like, yeah, I don't shut the door fully. And then he just like pokes his little like the TikTok where the cat just like reaches in and it's that sound that's like pissing all by yourself, handsome. Like that's what it is. If ever
Oh
the
yeah,
door does not latch completely,
yeah.
he's like, is for me?
When I am here alone, I never bother to close the door.
Yeah. And they
There's no need.
just
So
and
yeah.
also just before I started kicking him out when I shower, just when I like, pull back the curtain and he's just standing there staring at me like, where you close it? I'm like, do you mind? Little pervert.
The next one is another void.
Oh, that's dangerous. Oh no. Oh,
Because
little
like
buddy.
they do blend in so well. She startles me all the time, and she at least has her two white spots. But
Oh, I've seen it. I have
like,
seen it. I have been to your house.
I'll be in the basement and I'll think I'm alone, and then all of a sudden I see eyes in the dark.
Yeah. Oh, hmm.
It's like, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, that's a bad thing to have, especially after you just watched a horror movie or whatever. Just eyes
Mm,
peering at you from the dark, like, ooh.
she's my spooky baby.
Yeah, it is nice that he doesn't really blend because he's a little
Yeah.
cow.
Yeah, I've never had cats that were that light colored.
But
Always had like,
also, as a person who predominantly wears black,
yeah.
yeah, that shit's all over everything. But it's fine. I love him. Although I really am this close to just like stopping the problem at its source and like vacuuming him rather than the rug.
That's related to the next meme.
Oh, fantastic! Look at me go.
Transition. I
That
really.
probably what it does. That's probably what it feels like to be a cat.
How long were you under my desk, Luna? She just. She was such a.
Fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's very scary to them, and I like how they made the vacuum almost look like Cthulhu in
A little bit, yeah.
the
Anime monster
big
vacuum.
gaping hole. Yeah.
Yeah, that is probably how cats see themselves.
They die fighting. I never like I never had cats who tried to attack the vacuum or anything. They just run. I did have a dog that always like barked at it and tried to bite it, but
He is not, and maybe it's just because of like the fact that he's so chill with literally everything. He like doesn't like it, but he'll get kind of like if it's stationary for long enough, like if I'm like, using a little wand or whatever, he'll get right up there and just be like, "What the hell is this?"
hmm.
But then of course it moves and he's like, "Oh, never mind, bye." But
Yep.
he's pretty brave about it, honestly.
Surprising.
But he's a weird little boy.
The next one I think I did send you before, but it gets me every time.
No, it's my biological cat.
It's
Uh,
like
I'm
I'm
gonna start
just
saying that to
waiting.
people, honestly.
I know. I'm waiting for someone to be like, "Oh, did you adopt your cats or something?" Like instead of buying them or something. That way I could be like, "Oh no, they're my biological
They're my
cats."
biological cat.
I just so badly. I want someone to ask.
Your time will come, I promise.
I'm waiting. I'm got this stirred up. I will say it so gleefully.
I love it. I hope I'm there when it happens. I really do hope that is the case. Sticks my leggy out.
It's a tent. He made his own tent. I just
It's always funny when Oliver is chilling in the beanbag and like, licking himself obscenely loud as he does. But sometimes he'll like move around, like he'll like have stick his leg out in such a position that it's the only thing you can see sticking off of the beanbag, just like it's very funny. Especially
disembodied.
with like the beans all spread.
Uh-huh. Just a random paw appearing out of nowhere.
West Virginia. That is actually one of my go-to karaoke songs. I will go
It's just
hard.
so stupid. Especially that last one.
That's a
Get it?
classic. I dig it.
Cats and cowboy hats singing Country Road. It's just Country Roads.
Oh,
Can't say words.
she looks so happy with herself and her rock collection.
Face.
Oh, it's a great rock collection.
I
Very
can't look
proud.
at her. I can't. Technically,
No,
that's
Piper.
not.
Piper. She would just be laying there and I would just hear. I'm like, what? Was it a hard day at work?
Well, now you could say, "What ails you, my little unemployed freeloader?"
I know, he is a little freeloader. Again, love him, would die for him. You contribute nothing to this house. But that's okay.
Yeah, he contributes cuteness and snuggles. Yeah, this one's a bit of a read.
No, but like, why is it right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, for audio, it's a munchkin cat, the tiny little paws. It says she looks like the woman named Margaret who sits in the front of the office and has a Betty Boop calendar, and usually is a little stressed out because no one ever puts the outgoing mail in the right place, and she's not really great with this whole Google Docs thing. Yeah, but she always remembers to fill up her candy jar with peanut M&Ms in seasonal colors, and when she finally retires, this whole place will probably fall apart.
And like, it's so accurate.
Yeah, it's so specific, and it's like, yeah, that
Yeah,
is Margaret.
that's her. That's her in cat form.
We
Right down
just
to the
don't.
little pink Vera Bradley looking leash.
Yeah, and I don't know why it's accurate, but it is.
Amazing. Some things you just can't boil down to words. It's a
Yeah,
vibe, it's a feeling.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
I hope that whenever anyone who is just listening to this episode does take a moment to click through the attachments, that they will understand. Okay. I mean, oh,
It's like
good
an
for
emo
him.
cat. Emo cat.
Emo cat indeed. I love him. He's like staring out the
But like,
window like no one understands me.
but like, why would the HomePod MIDI like play music because the cat meowed? I just like,
I don't know, but I'm glad it does, and I'm glad that emo cat is enjoying himself, pretending to be in an angsty music video.
very dramatic.
Amazing. Yeah, Oliver's not much of a keyboard walker, mostly because I keep him off of my desk, like, period.
Yeah.
But I can see how that would be a problem if I had a laptop, because he sure do like being on top of my lap.
Yeah, well, that's why, like, technically this is my laptop. I just have external monitors connected to it, but I keep my laptop closed for that reason.
Yeah.
And then I use this wireless keyboard that I have on the shelf that slides in
Yep.
because nope. But, like, everybody should have a boss like that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know? Like,
I
cat
wish.
just is gibberish. Absolutely. Smartest thing you've ever said. Like, I just, me as a boss.
Why is my professor a cat? Oh my god, and they they made a cat professor Twitter account. That's I love the commitment to the bit that you change your Twitter handle and your display name just to mess with somebody.
But you see, the handle is at cat. Like, how early did they have to get that account?
I mean, it also could just be Photoshop, but either way, it's
Well,
funny.
I suppose, yeah. Yeah, I suppose. I went to school for 7 years to get this job. Okay, it's two more.
Am I the asshole? I always guard the bathroom when my roommate is using it to protect her from dangers. Parentheses, family tradition, she refuses to extend this courtesy to me even when I use my bathroom at 3 a.m., even when I scream for her. Is she being unreasonable? I'm a cat if this is relevant, and then it trails off. Yeah.
It gets me too. Because I'm the cat if it's relevant.
I love when anyone, like, any, like, like, someone who's, like, coming to a location, like, just for one thing, like, gets attached to whatever animal is there. Like, absolutely excellent. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Excellent. Fantastic batch of memes. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah. There's some real solid ones in there.
Okay. Now. Oh, yeah, okay.
I, I've opened
My
up the first
turn.
one before
I
on
was
that
like, wait.
stream.
For a second, I was like, wait, do I have to stream anything? I was like, nope, never mind. We put them in
It's on
separate
the
folders for a reason.
on the screen. I'm just not looking.
Oh, okay. We'll go
Until
ahead.
you're ready.
Love this Facebook post.
I've seen that one, yeah, because it's like
They look
they're,
exactly the same.
they're the same level of chunk.
Yeah, they're both a
It's like,
little chubby. They
yeah,
have the exact same markings, the same face. It's
it's
a
one
Facebook
thing,
post that just says, "Last month my cat disappeared. A week ago I found him and brought him home. Today my cat came back. Now I have two identical cats, and they are identical." Also, for my musical people out there, this is Bustifer Jones, the chunky black and white cat. He's so
I
cute.
mean, I feel like they would eventually be able to tell the difference, but they had that cat for a week without noticing that it wasn't their cat.
But also, like, maybe if your cat was missing for a month, it would be a little weird if it was just like chilling out on the streets after being a house cat.
Yeah, I feel like I would know my cats, but I don't.
I don't know. Either way, it's
Like,
funny.
yeah, like most voids look the same, but I would know Nixie.
I believe it.
She's unique. She's a
This is
unique.
just this is me. It's just relevant because the image is a cat. It's a kitten that looks very sad and it just says sorry for being weird and off-putting. It will happen again. Which yeah, I think that should I should probably just get that fucking tattooed on my forehead at this point. Moving right along.
I every time I see a meme like that, I want to know what's underneath the bar. You know, like what it used to
But there's
say.
something about the like weird censored meme where I'm never gonna know the context that I find very funny. This is also not necessarily a meme about like cats. This is a screenshot of an Instagram post that I took, and it was overheard at a Broadway production during the intermission of Cats. What is this about? Which, like, yeah, it's
There's two answers. Nothing
nothing
and cat.
and cats. Technically, the plot is they're cats and they all introduce themselves until one of them receives permission to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it. Go see the production. Cats is so much fun. If you want to
Remember when we
just sit,
watched the movie?
I try not to. If I'm being completely honest with you, I try
Yeah, it
not
was
to.
like,
But if you want to sit in a theater and be just entertained with shiny things and spectacle and song and dance for 2 hours, go find a production of Cats. I saw the actual musical live. Absolutely bangs. I can see why that ran on Broadway for as long as it did. It's fun. You might have a lot of questions, but at no point are you ever thinking, "Am I bored?"
hmm.
This is
I mean,
just
arguably, even with the movie version, I wouldn't have asked if I was bored. More like confused, upset. I'm
yeah.
not
This is
bored.
another one where it's not necessarily the cat that is the meme,
Old.
but but this is just like a reaction that I use to a lot of things and say a lot, like say brain scrambled egg, and
He
he just
looked like such a little gremlin,
I know he looks so alarmed, like he really does look like he's buffering.
but he's got colored eyes and heterochromia. I love
I
that.
know he's a special boy, but like I this is me at so many different points during my day. Just like yeah, no thoughts. My brain is scrambled egg.
Hmm.
So I just figured I'd share him with y'all.
Yeah, that's a lovely thought.
Cat in the dryer.
So, I feel like I had this in my folder of memes
It's possible.
at some point. Yeah,
But yeah, it's like that's his truck and he's ordering from a drive-through at 12 a.m.
that's why
Chicken.
I always keep my dryer closed because
Yeah, the dryer's in the basement. He doesn't get there. But I just love the chicken sandwich and scratch my butt, please. Like, yeah, that's exactly what a cat would order at a drive-through at 12 a.m.
hmm.
Also, his something about his expression.
Orange boy,
I love a good orange boy.
ridiculous creatures.
I don't. You've probably never played Skyrim. That's not important. I just like how tiny he is compared to the little Skyrim quest marker that has been edited above this insanely teeny tiny little kitten, and it's just talk, Bebo,
Try my best to look like the emoji.
talk to him, talk to Bebo. I would love to. I would love to see what quest he gives me. I will happily complete it for him.
Kittens that young tend to like scream a lot, so I bet if you poke him, he actually would
Oh, I'm
probably.
sure. Yeah, he's got a quest marker over him. He has
Hmm.
things to say.
Yeah, I feel like that would work.
He's my objective. Anyway, the prophecy is complete. It's a
I
cat
love. Yeah,
sitting on a pillow, which has the embroidered design of a cat sitting on a pillow. Cat pillowception, if you will. And I also just
I
like that
really
the
love.
cat even looks like the cat on the pillow.
I feel like it's kind of almost like a trend in cat memes maybe recently of cats that like fit perfectly into like an old painting or something like that. Like
Amazing.
then they get in just the right spot, and so it looks like they were yeah.
Um,
Excellent.
this cat, you know who this cat looks like?
Not
Nandor.
yet. I
That
love
is
them.
Nandor in cat form. Just the dopey smile, the fangs,
That's
the
I
no, not a single thought behind those eyes. That is
I
Nandor.
I love it when Nixie's little fangs stick out. It just kills me because they stand out so well against the black fur.
But yeah, I saw this cat and I was immediately like, that's him. That is
What a
Mr.
face.
Relentless.
What a face.
But yeah.
Nixie, this is making me want to see you. Where'd you go? She was trying to get in my lap a little bit ago. I wouldn't let her.
Amazing. Um, this one kind of speaks for itself.
Okay. Is that suggesting the cat moved the cushion?
I would assume so, yeah.
Okay.
Strong. Comfy.
Comfy.
Which, like,
Cats
okay,
are,
I
you
guess.
know, different places, trying out new sleeping spots.
His goals are beyond our understanding.
A lot of cats don't really like super soft stuff.
Which is so bizarre, because, like, why are you so soft and fluffy if you don't like it?
Maybe that's the problem. There's too much fluffiness already.
Could
Like,
be.
because they have multiple cat beds that have, like, a cushion inside of them, like the covered ones.
Oh my god, all he
Like,
does is fucking attack his.
there's that gray one right there, you can see. They always pull out the cushion and lay, they won't lay in if the cushion's there. They pull it out themselves.
I cannot get him to use the bed that I bought him.
Yeah, no, you'll waste a lot of money on cat beds.
Well,
The
no,
cats
I
I had
won't.
before these ones never slept in beds. But
Fun.
these ones do a little bit.
Well, that's something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Makes these
here's a
better
meme
dogs.
that I made and gave to the secretary at the canal to print out for us and stick it in the crew quarters.
Nice.
I just thought it was nice.
Love.
I love when they sit like that, all weird. It's delightful.
How can that be comfortable? I know they got more bones than we do, but.
And I do believe this is my final one. I think.
Oh.
But I
Oh.
love how chonky this cat is. I love how happy he looks. I love the caption which reads, "When he gets in the tub, sometimes he purrs so loud that the shampoo bottles fall over." I love that he is made that happy just by sitting in an empty bathtub, that his purr is loud enough to rattle the walls to the point that the shampoo bottles fall over. I'm so.
Yeah.
He deserves it. I love him so much.
What was the from the cat breeds? Professional Rumble Machine, I believe.
Professional rumble machine. Oh, wait, actually, no, I have an arrow. I,
I was gonna say it looks like you have like five more or
oh,
something.
I'm an idiot. Here's another wonderful cat just doing weird cat things. It's a picture of a kitty staring at an ice cube on the floor, and it says, "Booker loves staring at ice cubes. He doesn't lick them or touch them. He just stares and purrs." To which a person has commented, "Just a fan of thermodynamics." Which, like, yeah, okay, good for you, bud.
There, cats do have a fascination with ice cubes a lot of the time.
I don't.
Bella used to love them, and I would put them in her water bowl, and she would just have a grand time, just trying to
I
bat them
should try
out.
that for him.
It's
I
fun.
don't think he's aware of the fact that ice is a thing.
See, so many new things to discover for
I,
him.
you know,
World's a big.
every now and again, when he does follow me into the bathroom, one of the things that I do is I hold him up to the mirror to see if he's gained sentience yet.
Mm-hmm.
Thus far,
Yeah.
no.
No. No. Yeah. Not surprising.
What did she do?
It's always a pause while I'm looking at a spinny wheel. Oh,
This is a pet finder listing for a very cute, what would you, that's calico, right? You call it a calico kitty?
tortoiseshell.
Tortoiseshell. For a kind of cute, but maybe possibly slightly grouchy looking, tortoiseshell kitty. But her name is, Polly Pissy Pants. So either this cat is a bitch, or, she peed on somebody. Or both.
Tor- Tortoiseshell cats are notoriously bitchy.
Oh, wonderful. So,
Like,
I mean, yeah, so maybe she's
the,
just a bitch.
the term is actually, there's a word that people use that's tortitude, which
That's kind of
was very
fun.
aware of because my fluffy cat, my long-haired cat, she was a tortie in white, so she had the tortoiseshell coloring, but then the white belly and paws.
Bibi.
So, and she was always very high strung, and that's how I took notice of the tortoiseshell cat community. And like, no, it's tortitude. They're all like that.
Oh my god, I love it. Yeah. So, but also like, man, they did her so dirty with that name.
Yeah, look at that face, though. You can tell.
Oh yeah, no, she's giving you a look.
Beautiful, but I love tortoiseshell coloring.
This is just such an accurate drawing.
Like the chin.
Like the way their eyes completely disappear and like you can see their it's like a little gross, especially when they like get their slimy ass lips on your face. But like
Yeah.
it's so cute. And again, the drawing is just it's I love the there's something about a bad MS Paint drawing
Yeah.
that just elevates any kind of
Like
meme.
pixelation of the line.
Mm-hmm. A thief.
I know he drank a milk.
Yeah, which this is another thing that hits like a couple of different meme things I love. One, just the cat's expression and his little milk mustache on his gray face, but the poor grammar of the caption, I know he drank a milk. And also just the way that he looks like he that is a cat who has been caught in the act.
Yep.
Like that is a man who has been caught committing a crime.
It's just wearing white lipstick. It's fine. You see the account stupid pet face.
And this is the last one. And I love it so much. Came home drunk last night and got way too excited to see my
This the other
cat.
day.
And
Yeah.
it is a white cat with lipstick marks all over it.
Poor thing.
And I love how he like looks slightly alarmed.
Haunted.
Yeah.
Haunted is the
It's
word.
just like, man, what just happened?
Questioning life. Why are any of us
Yeah,
here?
his expression, the fact that there are again lipstick marks all over this white cat, absolutely delightful. 10 out of 10. I've been there. It's probably going to happen to me at some
Lived in a
point.
cat.
I mean, it's already happened. I just haven't been wearing lipstick.
Oh
So,
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Oh
sure
yeah,
it'll
you
happen
gotta
someday.
get in the kitty smoochies where you can.
Especially because he's cow. He's mostly white.
Mm-hmm.
So, this could be Oliver one day and most likely will be. But thus concludes my kitty memes. Technically, there is another thing I have on the list today, but I think we have been going for long enough to bring us to the
Yeah.
weekly worsening,
Yeah, it's been
where
like an
I
hour.
have a fucking plethora of ways that I'm worse this week. But do you have
Okay.
anything that you would like to start with?
You go first while I continue to ponder.
Wonderful. Here's how I'm worse this week. I am bought ghost tickets. I
Mm.
am going to go see Ghost this summer, and I am already really embarrassingly excited. I have designated one. Yeah, you know what? Fine, I'll say this in public. I have already chosen a bra that I'm going to throw because I will be in the pit. Like, I bought pit
Like
tickets.
you're gonna have, like have in your pocket,
Well, yeah.
or you're gonna be wearing it and then take it off and then do it.
The
Because that would be
plan.
difficult.
Well, I'm planning on wearing a sports bra when I'm actually at the concert because, again, it's summer,
I mean,
pit, dancing.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and last night when I was on the way back from dinner, from Valentine's Day
Mhm.
dinner with my lovely boyfriend who puts up with so much, it like hit me that the thing that I purchased, I was like, oh, like this is a thing that's like going to happen. And I got so excited that I did that thing where, like, you know, when dogs are so excited that like there's just this weird like whine that they like physically cannot hold back
Mm-hmm.
and they're like shaking. That was me.
Mm-hmm.
That was me on the way home from Hibachi last
Sort
night.
of like wheezy, almost whining.
Yep. Yeah, that was me. So that's how I'm worse. I'm like so much worse.
Nice.
How about you, bestie?
Um, I guess I continue to make stellar purchasing decisions.
Wonderful. What'd you do this time?
Um, I may have bought a toy like squishy like stress ball material s'more.
So you're
So,
adding to the collection.
yes, and I got my Death Note. It's
Hell
like
yeah.
Dude, it is so high quality. Like it's like a nice like soft leather. It's got regular pages in it, but it also has like all the rules and
Oh
stuff
my god, that's
and the little
awesome.
ribbon bookmark. Oh my God, it's a thing of beauty. And it came with like a bookmark
Oh my god, I love
and
it.
two necklaces that I don't know what I'm gonna do with those.
I could wear one of them
Um,
for Misa.
it has an L on it. There's one that's an L and one that has the little card that says whoever's name, whatever human's name is written in this death note will die.
Yeah,
Or
okay. That's a thought.
um yeah, and I got my little Ryuk coming on Friday. It's supposed to be delivered.
That's so
So like
exciting.
I swear I'm a grown up.
I keep telling myself that too.
Anybody who looks at my Amazon order history would assume I have kids.
Pretend I do not see it. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's fine with the little authority that I have over anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it makes me happy. That's all that
You
matters.
know, that's all that matters. As I have said definitely to you in real life before, possibly not on the podcast, but the motto for 2023 is within reason, of course. Fuck it, we ball.
Oh, I did make some other people worse yesterday.
Oh, wonderful. What'd you do?
I dedicated a portion, not a huge portion, 10, 15 minutes of one of my classes showing them clips from Mac and Me.
Fantastic. Oh my god. Yeah, what class? How many people did you subject to this?
Well, see, it wasn't that many because this was the class, it got added like a week before the semester started when
Oh,
people already
see,
have
I
sketches.
thought you were doing that in your like 100-person lecture, and I was
Yeah.
like, that is dedication to just
No,
to making people worse.
no, it's just there's only 11 people in this class. It's like the smallest class I've had
But
in
still,
years.
you made 11
Uh,
people worse, and for that, I'm proud of you.
but we were talking about like horizontal integration, in these big corporations that have holdings across various industries.
Ah, ha ha ha.
And I have a poll everywhere question where they were giving examples,
Nice.
with devices. And one of them popped up and it said McDonald's, they have restaurants and a movie.
I
And
was
I
like,
immediately was
wait a
like,
second.
do you guys know what Mac and Me is?
Were they thinking
Like,
of something else?
yeah, I got so like hyped up and excited, none of them knew what I was talking about.
I'm so
Somebody
sorry.
tried to somebody tried to guess Supersize Me, and then everybody started laughing like that's a documentary that's critical of fast
No,
food.
but I remember when I was a kid, like, I am not of the generation that watched Mac and Me as a child, but it's like they did like a little like Ronald McDonald cartoon. Like, I know for a fact that's a thing. We had it on VHS.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm assuming that's probably what someone around my age might have been thinking of.
Well, no, they were talking about a movie that came out a couple years ago called The Founder,
Oh,
about like the founder of McDonald's, I think is what I never actually seen the movie, but that's what they were referring to. But
interesting.
and so then I of course had to tell him about Mac and Me,
Well, duh.
and try to explain it, which is basically a ripoff of E.T. that's one big advertisement for McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I said, maybe you all have seen the GIF of the kid in the wheelchair falling off a cliff. And one student knew exactly what I meant, and he
Hell
started
yeah. There you go. There
laughing.
you go. I mean, sometimes being chronically online helps.
And so I told them, I was like, oh, we're going to take our break, and probably during the break, I'm going to look up clips on YouTube to show you. And someone's like, can you show us the GIF? I'm like, yes, I
Hell yeah.
can. We watched it cycle like 15 times.
As
Just,
well, I feel like that's what
and
you're
then,
supposed to do.
and then I showed him a clip of the full scene of that,
Amazing.
where he's
Incredible.
rolling down the hill, and the trailer, and the McDonald's dance party.
Yes.
It's
We
like a
do need
coordinated
to we
dance.
do need to watch that at some point.
I know I've said this on the pod before, but like I loved that movie as a kid. I didn't recognize for what it was. I
Well,
thought Mac
yeah.
was adorable, and I made my mom rent the VHS like so many times.
We should I'm sure someone has made a drinking game for that movie. We should watch
Every
it
time they whistle and do
and
this,
play that game.
they do
And
this hand thing. I don't.
maybe die, who knows?
Yeah. Oh my God, I want to watch it so badly. Maybe we'll have time this weekend.
Ooh, very possible. Yes, this weekend. Not that this even matters, but this weekend, we're seeing Beetlejuice, baby.
Yeah, this weekend we rage. Beetlejuice and sushi, bitch.
We're raging. We're going out to a
Musical
restaurant and seeing a musical.
sushi. And man, that musical is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so we're,
Damn. No, and we're
really
like
hitting it
using
down.
it as an excuse to like get dressed up. It's
Yeah. And it's not just any sushi, it's rotating sushi.
conveyor belt sushi.
So excited.
This is it's gonna be good. So
Yeah.
there's another thing we can leave you with. We will report back.
Yeah, about how it has made us worse.
I mean, I have already gone through a major hyperfixation with Beetlejuice the musical. Maybe this will reawaken it. Who knows?
No, I'm just talking about the whole weekend.
Oh, wonderful. Great. So, yeah, we will
Schedule.
have options is what we're saying to you. All right. As always, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we will see you again next week. Adios.
Later.
This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Dr. Sarah Brooks. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. Follow us on Twitter at BridgetKelly98 and at AndSarahSaid. Rate and review us on your podcatcher of choice. Like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch and Facebook, and join our Discord community using the links in the description. You can also help support us via the Acast supporter feature, or consider donating to our Patreon for early access to episodes and fun bonus content. Thanks for listening!